Welcome to the final 10 Banishment. It's really important for all of you faithfuls to remember what you're here for and, come do what you came here to do, and that's get the assassins out. So let's see if you guys can do it.
I can go first. We all know what I did last round. Just because I did something last round doesn't mean I'm going to do it again. Because there's new information, new data points. Every banishment you get new information. And the information that's been flowing from, honestly I've heard it from almost everybody, is that there's two people that are on the main. And I want to give them a chance to start off by talking. Whitney, I've heard your name a lot, and I've heard your name a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And do one of you want to start? Or?
I'll start that. Go ahead. I'd like to know why someone would think that. I can't tell you how many times I stood up for you. I was the only one that put down Stephen's name when you and Stephen were squabbling. If I was not a faithful, why would I do that? When Samantha was in the game, I stuck up for her. I was the one that told her, you know what? Blake did say that about you over and over again. And you know what? And then to sit there and listen to her sit there and talk about, you know what? I voted in. I talked about getting Garrett out. Well, I didn't know any of that, so thank y'all for leaving me out of it too. But, I think I have more than throw myself on the table for a lot of people. And I've stuck up for a lot of you. A lot of you. Like in the book. So I think that if I were not a faithful, I wouldn't be doing that.
Before Whitney goes, so you're saying a lot of I stuck up for you, and I see you pointing at Tess a lot.
Well, I love Tess.
So my question is, our
And
very
you pointed at
first,
Frank too, right?
Oh yeah.
our first conversation, you were saying Tess's name. So
Oh, absolutely. I was throwing out everyone's name.
so explain to me.
Absolutely.
Wait, why were you throwing everyone's name out?
Well, because we don't know anyone. And someone said, give me an idea. And I said, well, you know what? I said, the only person I can think of is Tess. I said,
That's
so
not
Tess.
You said everybody.
Yeah.
I get it. I was blindsided by one of your votes once. When I was wrong and trying to go for Blake, you actually defended me. But then you voted the other way, and when you revealed your vote, you said the opposite of what you said at the round table. I think you switched to Penny. I couldn't remember.
I was the
that
only
was
one
a
that
choice.
voted for Stephen.
No, this was a
Right.
while ago.
Right.
The Blake versus Sam versus Penny. That
Penny
vote,
went home.
you were defending me, going for Blake. We were yeah, it's Blake. But then you switched your vote, and then you revealed Penny and said something the opposite of what you said.
Yeah, I really didn't want to do something like that because it also came down to even the Garrett vote where everyone was speaking about, kind of spoke about it, and you was kind of going home for it, but then you voted Stephen and then talked about defending Tess in that same.
Well, no, because
breath.
people were talking about, you know what, Garrett. I didn't even think of Garrett in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
So, like I said, I love Tess. Tess was getting into it with him. I had told her before I was never going to put her name down there, so I put down Stephen.
Do you have an
That's what we
explanation
talked
about the Penny switch up, or did?
I knew I was going to vote for Penny all along. I never said I'm
I-
not sure what you guys were talking about.
Well, when I was going for Blake, I was oh, my friend Stephanie is sticking up and agreeing with me, but then you did the opposite.
I never agreed with Blake. I
No,
never
you said you
agreed
agreed
with Blake.
him, his
Uh,
for why Blake needed to go.
Why Blake could be an assassin? You were backing me up on my
Well,
arguments
sure,
against
sure,
him.
it could have been an
But then you
assassin.
switched it up, and then switched up what you said when you revealed the vote. And I know it was a while ago, so I don't remember exactly what you said. But all I remember is feeling I was blindsided by your vote, and everyone else I kind of understood, but I kept that in my pocket.
All right. I
Well,
don't
if
know.
you-
If
you
you
don't
remember
remember.
some things one way,
No,
like I said,
that's fair.
everyone gets different names put out. I've been told different names. I've heard your name. I've heard your name.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard your
That is
name.
what
I've heard your name. So
No,
okay,
that's fair.
that's all right.
Hmm?
Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions about this, or should we let Whitney go?
Alright. I'm gonna put this down. I have points to make.
Okay.
So, I see why that would be an option. Recruitment for the assassin, I get that. I do get that point. But I feel like with each one of you, I've played square. And so I've not run game on anyone. Have I made poor choices? Yes. But were they my convictions? Yes. So I've played true to what I believe in every single round. And I've not voted for anyone without cause, at least that made sense to me, even you. I wouldn't vote that way. I mean, obviously I was wrong in that round, but that was my conviction at the time, and I stand by that.
Well, like I said, yes, yeah.
I don't believe that I've gone to anyone, and you are welcome to compare notes on anything I've said, and said one thing to one and one to another. Feel free to compare notes, absolutely. I don't feel like the truth has to have a whole lot of backing. More than welcome to ask me questions. I just don't feel like over-explaining and throwing knives is going to make me any more truthful. It is what it is. If you're faithful, I feel like you've known I've been faithful all the time and you want me in that corner, or you're gunning for me, and that's fine. Either way, I mean, the truth will be told one way or the other.
I feel like there's a lot of defending yourselves. Do you guys think each other are assassins, or are you guys thinking somebody else?
So
'Cause I would like
I've
to hear some opinions.
Been honest, and whenever we first got here, you lied about saying that Lance was the assassin. So when I went up to the room,
Okay.
and that was in front of Eric, he was sitting there,
Mhm.
came downstairs, you completely denied it, met me in the laundry room and said, I had to lie.
I did. I said, you know what, I didn't feel comfortable. Absolutely, because when we first came here, it was Thursday, we're game on, everyone's gonna start, and you know what, since I'm new to this game, I guess I should have kept my mouth shut, because people were like, who are you thinking? I said, you know what, I've never talked to Lance.
Yeah.
I didn't like the comment that you made up here about people's been assassinated for less, and I thought, you know what, why would you
Wait,
say?
what comment is that?
Over here, you and I did send someone else down to do a confessional, and you were supposed to go behind me. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry, and I started to walk away, and you said, don't worry about it, people have been written down for
That was about Jalen as a joke.
But,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that being said,
That was just
Why you didn't
are you
address
an
that with me?
assassin? I don't know. Do you have the capacity to lie? Yes.
And also that could
So
have been
there's
addressed
not-
with me because
Well,
now
sure,
it's
'cause that's my
day 3 and that's the comment that you didn't like that I said. That's very interesting. So go off.
well, of course I brought it up. That's why I went and told her, that's why I told him.
Yeah, but to me, like when we had a conversation
Oh,
one-on-one,
of course,
you
because I'm
asked
sorry, I
me
thought
if
that this game was about, being,
but Stephanie,
being
when
undercover.
we had our one-on-one, you was like, hey, if you have any questions or whatever about me, when I addressed you about you saying I was an assassin, you came to me and was like, hey, if you ever have any questions, just address it with me and I'll do the same. But obviously it was a comment that you felt that I made that offended you days ago that you let linger and not address it with me like you wanted me to address stuff with you.
Of course, I'm talking about that topic.
About a comment that didn't have nothing to do with really the game.
Well, no, but it still hurts. Oh, no, because I think it did do something.
But it wasn't about
It was
you.
about
it wasn't to
Jalen.
you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
I mean, it's kind of odd that I walked away and that was
Jalen was
that.
literally-
Jalen sprinted downstairs and I was like,
Exactly.
ah!
Yeah. Well, I gotta watch the way I comment about stuff and
Well,
joke.
I guess I do too, because if I'm not precise.
I mean,
I thought
that
that's
is
what
this game. You
was
do have
about.
to watch what you say.
Absolutely, I guess you do, because I
Yeah.
heard game on, and shame on me. Shame on me, I guess on the.
Any more questions for me?
I just have a question for Stephanie, and it's just something I heard over and over with Sam. You guys seem very close, and you said a lot of times that you were never gonna write her name down. I know, double round, crazy. But what made you change your mind on Sam and write her name down that round?
Because when she sat there and talked about, I have Tim in my back pocket, and I was the one that threw out Garrett's name. I never even heard her throw out Garrett's name, so I don't know if that was true or not. But she could have came to me and said, you know what, I'm voting Garrett, and so is everyone else. What do you think about that? She never said a word to me. I think she played me just like everyone is playing everyone in here. So absolutely, I got upset about it. So I was looking at Frank. And it changed my mind when she said that I have this in my back pocket, and I have this in my back pocket, and I have a whole group. Cause I can't tell you how many times in that bedroom she told me that, I have a group in my pocket. Okay.
Good points, good points.
I feel like this is the calmest banishment.
No.
I just want to say I appreciate like the low tones.
There's less people.
Sorry, I would just say, sorry.
We've been wounded. We're quiet.
I just want to say, like, and I'm not saying it's you, but in every conversation I've had with you, I can't even see how you would be able to do it. Like, you know, like, friend jokes with me, like, you cry all the time. But, like, honestly, I've never met anybody.
I'm pretty straightforward.
And you've not voted with, like, if there's, you know, it's going a certain way. If you don't feel it, you put a different name. And I don't even know. Like, you know? And I feel like if you're an assassin, I just don't think you could, I just don't think, from what I've learned in 3 days, that you could possibly do it.
I think she is.
I just don't.
I hope my reputation speaks for itself. But y'all, feel free to compare notes.
I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to hear from Pete.
I got a
Also.
question to add to that before you do that with Pete.
Okay.
We did have a conversation outside, and you did bring up a possible name, and was asking how I really felt about them. Do you want to give like your validity or how you feel about that specific person that you kind of asked me about? Pete.
Pete, oh, absolutely, like I said, I thought everyone's name out.
So
I
yes.
said Pete.
Well, yeah. I mean, because we don't get a chance to talk much, but the one time we did, you did bring up a name.
Sure I did.
And outside of this, I know you and Pete are close, so you will be able to get a best read on him. So what points about Pete did you have that could point him in the direction of a
Because he's played
assassin?
this game before. He's played this game.
None of us played assassins though.
We've all played.
He's played games before. You guys all know each other in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying all of you, so don't take me wrong. But you know, I mean, of course, you know, Pete has been very quiet. I don't think Pete has been vocal at the tables. I really don't. I think Pete is a great talker. He is a great talker, and he can talk his way out of a wet paper bag.
The accent.
So you know what? I am telling you, if I put Pete out there, absolutely put Pete out there.
Well, yeah. I guess my question is, Pete. Like, have you noticed anything from either of these two, or if you had a third one? Like, I would love to hear your opinions
Okay.
as a round table, because
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
I haven't talked that much because I haven't had anything extra to add. And so I've always thought, even though I do talk a lot, in a situation like this, if you don't have something concrete, I hate to just give my gut, I need some facts. And the only thing I could say about Steph that caught my eye was when it was Garrett's round, and I thought you were voting Garrett for some reason, and you ended up voting Stephen, and then Stephen goes home that night. So that was one thing that kind of caught me on you.
Okay.
With Whitney, I've talked to her a lot. I can't get a whole lot out of her. I love her to death, and we've talked a lot,
Yep.
but I can't get a whole lot of what I would say information other than you're going to shoot it straight. You're going to
And if I have an opinion, you're probably gonna know it. But honestly, since my world got turned upside down when Josh and Sam, because I really had a gut feeling. So I don't trust my gut like
Right.
I did. But if I have an opinion, you probably know it. I told you mine. That's
Right.
just.
And so, I'm torn between the both of you, and we've talked about it. You and I've talked about it, and you and I've talked about it. This is a game.
Yep,
And we've all got to write each other's name down at one point or another, and we do know a lot of each other. But at the end of the day, we're going to love each other when this game is over.
For sure.
And by the way, I never said, come on, Pete. I said, how about Pete?
And that's how I addressed it. I said
Absolutely.
that you.
How about
That's
that? Okay.
exactly how I addressed
I
it.
didn't
One thing about
take
me, y'all will learn. Like, I'm not gonna come with no false narrative. I'm coming with exactly what's
I
said
just
to
wanna
me,
make sure
and I would
because-
never paint no
Right.
one in a way that's not how you brought it to
And
me.
I took it.
That's one thing about
I didn't take it. I didn't take it that you
Yeah.
were pointing at me.
No, not at all.
And to be completely honest with you, I've even asked in this game, what about Stephanie?
Absolutely, you should.
Yeah, because
You should.
we're down now, I think I said, what about,
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was my
I'm just
point
making
too.
sure, I think maybe, I'm not for sure I've asked, what about you? For some reason, I don't mean that as a but you're also safe this round, but I'm just trying to be honest.
Well, what about? I just thought of one more thing that just I went to. Yeah, at the last tribal, at the last round table, we had two names. Frank was sitting here and Sam was sitting there. You said like, let's just get to voting, which could just be because you want it to be, but also if you were an assassin, you could be like, oh, we have two names. It's not on me. Let's just vote now. Like, what do you have to say about that?
I feel like we do a lot of hashing out and re-going over, and there's no point. I feel like we're wasting time. That's
There you go.
that is blunt
Like
saying
right now, I think we all
And
know
she
where
said
we're
that
going
before.
for.
She said that.
And I think it's true.
And you guys are all just gonna vote Josh anyway.
And that's why I don't say a lot of stuff.
Like, I'm not trying
Just to hear my voice, because y'all have really
That's fair.
pointed out the things that I thought, other than if you ask me, do I agree with you, I'll tell you if I agree with you.
But some things do need to be brought up because I feel like the penny round, a lot of people wasn't dead set on pennies, so things had to be said. So like, we can't just assume that everyone mind is made 100% up because new information can bring new revelations to people's mind.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And what people say, whether they're oversharing or undersharing, can also like. I feel like a lot of where I've moved in this game has been dependent on people's reactions to certain names and actions they take and how they say it and when they and what they say. And so, yeah, they might be oversharing a lot at this round table, but I feel like I learn a lot more at this round table than I do in the game sometimes, based on who's saying what. Maybe I'm just like in my head overthinking everything, but I think I've been pretty spot on about a lot of shit in this game, and I don't want to like rehash old wounds, but like literally like even like 10 minutes ago you talked about how you didn't suspect Garrett, but like on one of the first rounds you told me that Garrett was someone to watch for.
Oh, absolutely.
And then but you just said like earlier that you it kind of blew for a loop, so that's where I get a little bit of
Well, see, like I said,
surprise.
I put things in my back pocket, and I guess I will learn that from now on, that, you know what, I shouldn't say things, because I recognized Garrett when he first walked up from the stairs, and it was you and Tim, and I said, how about that? You know, because I could tell his attitude changed, and Tim noticed it right away too.
Yeah.
That was something I kept in my back pocket too.
Why did
But
you
was I
think
sure?
Steven, though? Why? Because Garrett was definitely a target at that one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Because they were arguing, and I honestly told her, I said, I'm gonna put down Stephen's name.
because you're protecting or
Absolutely,
standing
you
up
know,
for her. Okay.
yeah, because he was gonna put her name down, and I said, absolutely, I will vote that way.
Frank, you've been a little quiet at this round table compared to
Yeah,
last time.
yeah,
Anything you wanna
yeah,
add?
because last time I got slaughtered.
Don't say
I
anything.
plan on coming to this table and keeping my mouth shut unless anybody went with the person that I 100%. Last round sucked. I was the third name on the table, or yeah, and two people were faithfuls went home. I came into this round pretty terrified, but the one thing. I got notes, and I shared some of the information and notes privately with some of you, based on trusting others more than others. I got information on the last round that just, I know for a fact she's not an assassin. So, I was shutting up this round unless anybody came at her. Nobody's coming at her. So, if y'all don't mind, me and my notebook are just gonna shut up.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
I'm scared to ask if we can vote, but
I know, it's like, don't talk.
Are we ready to vote?
Everyone don't
Yeah.
talk.
All right, everybody start voting. Okay, so we will start revealing our votes. We're going to start with Eric.
The short and sweet. I love you to death,
I did too.
and you know it.
I had a good time. I never
Absolutely.
said
I had a blast, and you were a big part of that. But I did have to vote for you.
I understand.
you're the sweetest person I met this weekend.
I love it.
However, things just aren't adding up, and it's towards the end of the game, and I think assassin. So.
I had fun.
Stephanie, when you lied to me, that's when I lost trust.
I hope you've had a great time.
I have.
And I hope you have, because you really, really went out on a limb to play a game like this. And I hate that you failed and got hurt today. I love this girl so much. I mean, we are as good as best friends. And, I live 10 minutes from her, never met her in my life. And I will be at your house.
Come on.
I will vote for Whitney.
I spent too much time on the drawing and accidentally spelled your name wrong. I'm sorry.
You're good. All right.
But I voted you based on what we've talked about
That's okay.
here. I really, really hope you're the assassin.
I was not. We just did really well. Not well enough, but on our 20,000, and I wasn't going to, but I'm hearing so much stuff, and I hope I'm getting nervous that I'm getting swayed or played or something, but I'm so exhausted right now. Like, and the information in the last hour just, and I just don't think Whitney is, and I just don't have anything else, so I'm really sorry, and you're an awesome person, and you did great.
For a first time.
A lot of information was revealed at this table that I was unaware of. And I know that I said I wasn't going to vote for you,
That's okay.
but I had to.
It's okay.
I didn't have a lot to go off after that really hard round. The only data point I had in my notebook was that Garrett vote. I do want to say there are young 20, 22-year-olds that if they would have got hurt like you, they would have went to the hospital and left the game.
Thank you.
So the fact that you got up and finished, I was it was epic, and your icon status already. So on your first game, so I did have to vote for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for spelling your name wrong.
I mean, that's all right.
Frank got a spelling
Everyone spells
comment.
their own. Everyone spells their own.
Oh, I spelled it right.
My vote is for no reason. I don't think she's an assassin either. I don't think she is. Sure. And it's for no reason.
Good.
For no reason.
Because I'm different.
I'm just gonna put a mark on your name.
It's fun.
The moments we did have, it's been great.
Oh, absolutely.
And Rockstar for your first game and getting hurt and everything. But I also did do Stephanie, and I hope that we're one step closer as faithfuls to winning this game by doing that.
All right. Stephanie, you have been banished. If you will join us in the circle of truth. And you can say whatever you want to say and reveal your role.
Sounds good. I just wanna let you guys know, I did have a great time. This is my first time. I have learned a lot. And to be honest with you, this was so stressful. I will never do it again. And that will not be pretty rough, but I got it. But I just want to let you guys know that you made a huge mistake. Because I am an assassin.
You're amazing.
Oh my god, this is so good!
Yes.
Oh my god! I can't
Oh no, you are amazing. Oh my god.
That is unbelievable.
Good way to end the night.
fucking wow! I know, right?
Oh yeah, look, she was accepting defeat. She's
I heard. Like multiple people, so I just wanted you to be able to address it.
I really do see the rules. Like I see how.
I do not think you can do it.
I don't. I just like I don't get it. I really do. Like it's the unsuspecting. Yeah, like I get it, but I'm really out here just like I
can't believe that. Oh my goodness.
Well,
I wrote down my name.
congratulations, you guys. You did correctly banish an assassin tonight. So you guys are free tonight, and we will pick back up with the game in the morning. So sleep tight.